Hey guys, it's Carnage6 back again with another review, and this time we're taking a look at the Robocop vs. Terminator Series 1 line of action figures by Neca. As you can see, there's quite a variety. We get 4 basic figures plus a 2-pack which is a Toys R Us exclusive, so why don't we take a closer look? So in this line of figures there are 4 basic figures, and that includes this Robocop with a kind of flamethrower type weapon. This other Robocop figure, which as you can see is on fire. This Arnold Schwarzenegger looking Terminator figure. And this Terminator endoskeleton figure, which comes with a rather large mounted Gatling gun. And also in this wave you get this special exclusive 2-pack of Terminator endoskeleton figures, and it is exclusive to Toys R Us. Okay, so first I'm going to start off by talking about this flaming Robocop figure, basically. Now, I really love the detail on this one. I think it's the best looking Robocop figure of the bunch, but if you didn't already know, in this series, all of the molds are just reused from older figures that they've already put out. So this Robocop figure is pretty much the same as the ones we've gotten in the past, except it's got all this added detail of the battle damage and the flames. And, you know, I think the flames look pretty cool. They're all translucent and everything. Yeah, I really like that. I think this figure looks quite good. Now, one thing that might disappoint people is that he does not have the holster that opens, and he does not have his iconic Auto 9 gun. He comes with, I don't know if you can see this, comes with this weird little ray gun looking thing. If my camera will focus, which it probably won't. But anyway, it doesn't look like the Auto 9. Let me just put it in his hand here. And here he is holding his little ray gun. I'm not too upset by this because this figure is based on the video game and not the movie, so it doesn't really bother me that his gun is more space looking and not as accurate to his normal movie gun. And this series, like I said, is kind of a continuation of NECA's video game series where they make the characters look like they're in the video game, so the paint detail and everything is made to look how they were in the game. So even though I did buy these figures to fit in with my normal figures, like, I think this looks okay, but as you can see the face is a little bit cartoony there, painted, so it doesn't look really realistic. Some of them fit in with the regular NECA figures better than others. And one of the big problems is all this, that he's painted purple on the back, but you usually don't see that. So anyway, that's the first weapon he comes with, which isn't too exciting. Now the next one is a little bit better. Let me see if I can put it in his hand. And now here is the other weapon he comes with. As you can see, it is a big bazooka type weapon, which again, for being based on the video game, I think looks pretty cool. Got a lot of nice paint detail and everything. And the other cool thing about it is that it comes with this little translucent rocket with translucent exhaust or whatever you call it. So you can actually plug this into his gun, and then it makes it look like he's shooting a rocket, which again, kind of cheesy, but it looks, you know, decent. I kind of like that. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but I like it. So again, as far as the Robocop figures go, I think this one is probably the best just because of the flaming effect. I really like that. And yeah, I definitely think it's worth a purchase. Now next up we have the more normal looking Robocop figure. And it might interest you to know that this figure is the one that has the spring out holster here. So the first Robocop I showed you did not have that. So that might sway your opinion on which one to get. Also, he does have his normal Auto 9 gun, which you can put in the holster, but he also comes with a huge flamethrower type weapon, which I will show you when I get it in his hand. Now here he is with his huge flamethrower type weapon. And it does look pretty cool, but again, it looks really unrealistic. Like, for real, is Robocop actually even going to be able to hold this thing? It does look like it came from a video game and not real life. The other cool thing is this little part here, you can take that out. Let's see if I can do this on camera. And it comes with a blast effect, which is kind of like in the game, you would get a flamethrower that would shoot 3 shots. And you basically take it and you put it, now let's see if I can do this, into these holes here on the cannon, which on mine doesn't seem to be working too well. Okay, I figured out how to do it. And the problem with this is, now, while it looks really cool to have Robocop shooting his 3-way blast, it just wants to wilt. Like, you're not going to be able to get him to hold it straight. You're going to have like a, I don't know, a Tamashi stand or something to keep it up. But let me see if I can do... Yeah, no, I was trying to do a two-handed thing, but it doesn't really work for this figure, as you can see. So, yeah, if you want to display him with this 3-shot effect, which does look cool and very video gamey, I would suggest getting maybe a Tamashi clear stand to help prop this up, because he's not going to be able to hold it with the blast effects in it at all. So other than that minor thing, I think this figure is really good. Again, he doesn't really fit in the realistic side. You can't really, well, I guess you could. It's up to you if you want to put him with your regular Robocop figures. Again, the face is painted a little cartoony, and again, he's painted purple on the back, but other than that, you know, it's just your standard NECA Robocop figure that we've already gotten before with these accessories. Basically, you're buying it for the accessories. And next up we have what is, to me, the least interesting figure of the line, and that is this Arnold Schwarzenegger style Terminator figure. Now, it's not bad, it's good, but it's a figure we've already gotten before. I mean, it's just repainted. Again, like I said, all of these figures are just repainted other NECA figures that have already been released before. Now, there is some... there's not a lot of articulation in the leg, so that's the only major problem with this figure. If you haven't gotten this Arnold Schwarzenegger figure before, then I can see you picking it up. I mean, it's cool, I do like it, but yeah, if you're looking for it as a normal Arnold Schwarzenegger Terminator figure, you just have to deal with the color scheme, like the kind of neon red blood. But if you're cool with that, then you might want to pick it up. And he comes, as you can see, with his plasma rifle here, which does look very nicely detailed. Alright, so now we come to the Terminator endoskeleton figure with the Gatling gun. And this is the figure that, from the pictures, I was most excited for, because, as you can see, it's not too weirdly colored, so it could actually fit in your Terminator display, and that's where I'm going to put it, in with my regular Terminator figures, because it's, as you can see, just a dull gray color, which actually works quite well. Now, this figure is, as you can see, very thin, and it has a hard time standing, especially with this backpack on it. So when you have it like this, you basically have to have him holding onto the stand so he doesn't fall over. But I think it makes quite a good scene just all by itself. As you can see, again, the paint is quite realistic, so yeah, like I said, this would probably fit in with anyone's Terminator collection. And the sculpt is quite good. It's nothing we haven't gotten before. Again, it's just a repaint, but it is a very awesome figure, and if you don't already have it, you might want to consider picking this one up. And finally, here is the Toys R Us exclusive endoskeleton 2-pack. Now, as you can see, these are both the same figures with the same accessories, just different paint jobs. And if you're someone like me who's building up an endoskeleton army, this is a great value. Now, as you'll see, the one on the left is a bit more, well, let me bring it forward. A bit more, how should I put it, unrealistically painted with the purple and the blue. It still looks pretty cool, but, you know, his purple gun looks kind of dorky. Now, Now this one on the right here, I really like this. The paint scheme looks very rust-like. It looks like a rusting Terminator, and I really, really like that a lot. I think this one looks pretty cool. I think it looks pretty realistic and can definitely fit in with your other endoskeleton figures. So yeah, if you're like me and you love endoskeleton figures, this 2-pack is a great deal. Alright guys, so that's about it for my review of the NECA Robocop vs. Terminator figures. I really like this line. I love NECA's video game line of figures. Again, you just have to put up with some weird coloring, but a lot of these do fit in with your regular NECA Terminator and Robocop figures. For me, the standouts of this line are definitely the Flaming Robocop, which looks, the detail on it looks amazing, and the endoskeleton with the Gatling gun. The ones I'm not too thrilled with is the Arnold Schwarzenegger one over here, because we've already gotten that figure before and it looked better painted before. And I'm not too thrilled with this Robocop here, just because his gun with the attachment on it, it just doesn't work. You just can't hold it. Also, this guy's a little bit weirdly colored, but I still think he looks cool. So as you notice in the video, I didn't really talk about articulation, and that's because all of these figures I've pretty much reviewed before. As I said, these are just the same figures repainted. So I didn't feel the need to go through and show you all the articulation. If you want to know it, you can search my old videos and find reviews of the normal versions of pretty much all of these guys. Now, another thing some people don't really like is that the box, as you can see, is styled to look more like the Genesis box with the red band going across here. And as you can see, each figure has a sprite background. Now, I don't know if the sprite background is taken from the Super Nintendo version or the Genesis version, or they just made it up. But anyway, I don't think people should be complaining about that, because the Genesis version of the game was better than the Super Nintendo version. I don't care what you say, it was. So, once again, I think these figures are really great. I think they are definitely worth buying, some more than others. If you missed the normal versions of these figures, you might want to pick them up. If you're doing some endoskeleton army building like me, you might want to pick up these guys for sure. But for me, I really love NECA figures, and I really love this line because I am a fan of the original video game. So I'm hoping that Series 2 will come out pretty soon. And until then, let me know what you thought about this review. Do you like these figures? Are you going to buy them? Do you hate them? Post a comment below. And until next time, I'll see ya.